Tired of dealing with annoying flies, fruit flies, and gnats in your home? The Zevo Flying Insect Trap is your ultimate solution. Don't wait. Check out the link in the video description now to get your Zevo Flying Insect Trap on Amazon and enjoy a bug-free home today.
A Canadian farmer who wants to build a house on his land is being forced to pay $400,000 for a government-mandated archaeological dig on his property and could face jail time if he does not comply. Bruce Castle, 75, was required to get an archaeological assessment of his Ontario farmland when he decided to build a dream retirement home for him and his wife more than 4 years ago. During the dig, archaeologists discovered bits of stone identified as indigenous artifacts. Now the owner could face massive fines or even jail time unless he pays to complete the final stages of the assessment, which he said totaled $400,000, National Post reported. Under the Ontario Heritage Act, archaeological assessments are split into 4 stages, paid for by the property owner. If artifacts are found, there are hefty punishments for disrupting the site. It's consumed a lot of my time, trying to make sense of the situation, trying to get answers in regards to the situation, Castle told National Post. I'm sure it's played on me a bit, but at the same token I'm just trying to understand the situation and why I've been put in this predicament. In Ontario, only licensed archaeologists can knowingly disturb sites. It is illegal for a person to collect archaeological artifacts on purpose. Castle hired an archaeologist to conduct the first stage assessment in 2020 and the second stage in 2021. During the dig, 134 pre-contact Aboriginal artifacts, including scrapes and projectile points, were discovered. Castle said the archaeological firm quoted him $130 per hour to view the artifacts, but he was shown pictures of them. According to a report of the Stage 2 assessment shared with National Post, the site was interpreted as a large area of ongoing temporary seasonal occupation by Aboriginal communities throughout the Middle Archaic period. The report continued, hunting and hide processing were actively undertaken at the site, as well as the production and maintenance of formal tools and projectile points. Then, Castle received a quote for $400,000 for the final stages of the process, including fees to have Indigenous groups inspect the site. He reached out to the Minister of Indigenous Affairs and even the Premier of Ontario for help, to no avail. I've never thought I'd have to go to the Premier or even the council people. But nope, no help whatsoever, he said. On July 29, the Minister of Indigenous Affairs and the Minister of Citizenship and Multiculturalism, which is behind the Ontario Heritage Act, told Castle that moving forward with the next stage of the assessment was his only option for building on the land. Such a determination falls within the roles and responsibilities of ministry officials, and therefore is not a political decision. As such, this is not within our purview to intervene. You must follow the established process that any other proponent in this scenario would have to adhere to, the ministers wrote in a joint letter. Mark Milk, the founder and president of the Aristotle Foundation for Public Policy, told National Post the government should foot the bill. If you, as a private property owner, are forced to endure a regulation that could cost you $40,000 or $400,000, in essence, it devalues your property or could break you, he said. That's simply not a fair approach to regulating private property.